Standards, and welcome to the second video blog for the Darklands Consortium. Today we're going to talk about the process I went through to get to the point where I am now, which is with a very, very rough, and I mean very rough, so don't be shocked when you hear and see this, very rough sketch of the first movement of the suite, which is the Prince Loon movement, or Loon the Mad Prince. I'm still kind of toying around with some titles there, but you know that's kind of the least important things. The important thing is to get the intention and creative part of the piece right. So basically what I've been doing since the last video blog is been working on the first movement, and the hardest part for me, and I mean obviously I can't speak for all composers, this is just the process that I do. The hardest part for me is first to generate a lot of melodic and motivic material and harmonic progressions and textures. It's a lot of playtime. It's a lot of just sit down and create some things, some of which are good and some of which are bad. Anybody that ever tells you that, anybody that's a composer that says they never write anything that they don't like, or they never write anything that they think is flat out bad, is a liar. That I will say. So the trick is to generate a lot of material and then to pare it down to what really works, what suits what you're trying to do, and what is aesthetically appealing. Because I mean, sometimes you'll write something that might be intellectually neat, but it doesn't get you right here. It doesn't get you in the part of the soul and the spirit that responds to music. So that's what I've been doing for the last few days. So I generated a lot of material, and then once I do that, I start kind of jigsaw placing pieces into an overall form for the piece. So what I do is I'll take that material and then just sequence it into what I think is a good format for the piece overall. And it's very rough. I mean, and I'm going to show it to you here in a second, and you'll see that it's very incomplete at this point. Basically, it's just sometimes it's almost full instrumentation, sometimes it's down to just a melodic line, sometimes it may just be chords, and sometimes it may just be a couple measures that I left blank. I mean, totally blank, because I know I want to do something transitional there, and I'm just not sure what yet, but I know there's going to be a transition, so I just leave the measures blank. So that process for me as a composer is what always takes the longest, just getting the overall form and the main motivic material in place. Once I get that in place, though, honestly, it's very fast after that. I'm going to anticipate finishing this movement probably in about 2 complete working days. And the reason I say working days is because I'm actually leaving tomorrow to go conduct an honor band. And I'm just not going to have a lot of time to work during that time. I'll have a little bit of time. But between traveling, conducting the honor band, and then resting up so that I can be appropriately energetic for the students, I don't need to just be up all night writing. So I'd really try to make sure that I space my workout appropriately so that I can meet all my responsibilities maturely and professionally. So I'm probably not going to get a lot of work done after today, but once I get back from this trip on Sunday, honestly, I'll probably have this movement done by Monday afternoon or Monday evening, if not sooner. It just depends on how fast it goes. Because once I get this format in place like you're about to see, then it's just a matter of orchestration, editing, then kind of redoing things, tweaking areas, which may sound like it takes a lot of time, but honestly at that point, most of the creative work has already happened, which is just planning out the piece. So let's take a look at what I've got now. And again, I want to give you just one more warning. This is very rough. The final product will be very different from this, much more complete. It will be typeset, first of all. And it will be, and there may be some changes from here. Like as I'm going through and scoring and orchestrating the piece, I may switch some sections around. I may do that. That's just part of the process. But I thought it would be kind of neat for you directors and students to kind of see the raw version, and very raw. Like I said, I mean, I have never shown anybody this aspect of my work, so I'm a little nervous. It's kind of like, a magician showing their tricks. And also, you're going to hear something that's very incomplete, something that I would never release to the public in this state. But that's part of what's going to be fun about this project, is you're going to get to go through this journey with me. So here is the very, very rough sketch, not complete orchestration, sketch of the first movement of Darklands Suite. So as you can see, it's very rough right now. It's it's in its raw state, but over the 2 days when I get back that I get to work on it, it's going to really turn into something else. That's the way the pieces always work. So that'll be really exciting to see how it turns out, and I hope you're going to like it. And I'll give you more information about like some of the motives and its composition and some decisions I made once it's complete. The reason we're in shaky cam right now is because I also wanted to take a moment to show you a little bit of my workstation. I thought that might be interesting for some of you and your students just to see kind of like what my space is. So let's just see. I mean, obviously, I work at a computer, so you can see this is my workstation. Obviously, coffee cup, very, very important. I have two monitors that I work with. I work on an iMac, and I have my a keyboard right here that I use for MIDI entry. For composing, I use Finale. Not that, and I know there's a lot of argument between composers and everybody between like which is better, Finale or Sibelius, and it's just like any tool, whatever works best for you. If you like Sibelius, great, use it. It's a great program. If you like Finale, use it. It's a great program. I've used Finale since 1995, so I'm very familiar with it. I can do anything I want to with it just in minutes because I know the program so well. In addition to that, sometimes I didn't on this project, but I do occasionally. I'll use GarageBand just to get some sounds in and see how things are sounding. A couple other things I wanted to show you in my workstation. I don't know if you noticed my little star screen there. Those of you directors that are children of the '80s will love this. Anytime an idea is not going particularly well, I just you have failed me again, star scream. So it's kind of nice to have that little bit of a little bit of a scapegoat when things aren't going compositionally well. Just some of the things you can see behind me. I mean, I've got some bookcases. I've got a lot of books about composition, orchestration, music theory, general things, just to kind of keep me fresh on things. Plus some scores that I enjoy studying. Plus some of my own works, just because it's a convenient place to keep them. And you can see kind of behind me over here. I have my full 88 key electronic keyboard. And that's the largest piano that I can have in my office. My office is actually not very big. That's going to be changing over the next year. I'm doing a major remodel to my house as well because I want us to have the piano in here, but I also want to have a marimba. For those of you that don't know, my main instrument is percussion, and I'm going to be purchasing a marimba this next year just for no reason. I mean, I'm not planning on being a you know performing artist or anything. It's just I enjoy doing it, and I'd like to have one. I'm going to find the cheapest one I can get that's 4.5 to 5 octaves, and that way I can just enjoy myself. And then kind of behind me, you may have noticed in some of the pictures or the video, I've got my art desk. I use that, as I mentioned in other videos, I'm really into creating art, writing, all kinds of creative things. So this office space allows me to do that. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm using to create and to be inspired for this project. I hope you've enjoyed this video blog. I hope you find it interesting. And as always, peace, love, and music. And I'll see you at the next video blog.